All right, so welcome back, everyone. We like to really get into the details here. And today, well, we're diving into something pretty special. We're going deep on Ramadan.
Definitely a timely one, especially with Ramadan right around the corner.
Exactly. And to help us out, we've got this excerpt called Pasted Text that goes way beyond, just the basics of the month that gets into the spiritual side of things.
Yeah, it really focuses on that inner journey and how it all ties back to your connection with Allah.
Absolutely. So I'm thinking for this deep dive, let's really unpack that. We've all heard about, the fasting and the charity, but what's the deeper meaning here? What are we supposed to be learning about ourselves and our faith during this month?
That's what's so cool about this excerpt. It frames Ramadan as a time for serious self-reflection.
Yeah.
Like you're taking a step back from the everyday hustle and really looking inward.
It's almost like a spiritual reset button, right? Oh,
Exactly. You're evaluating your actions, your intentions, and figuring out how to strengthen that connection with Allah. It's about cleaning the slate spiritually.
love that as spiritual cleaning. Okay, but there's also this concept of taqwa, which the excerpt really emphasizes. Now, I know taqwa means God consciousness,
Yeah.
but what does that actually look like in practice?
Great question. You see, during Ramadan Taqwa, it kind of becomes this guiding principle for everything you do. It's like having this heightened awareness of Allah's presence in every aspect of your life.
So it's more than just, avoiding food and drink.
Way more. It's about being mindful of your thoughts, your words, your actions, like even just scrolling through social media. Are you engaging with content that aligns with Islamic values? It's about constantly asking yourself, would this please Allah?
Yeah.
That's where the real transformation comes in.
So like it makes you think twice before snapping at someone in traffic or,
Right.
gossiping about a coworker.
Exactly. Even small everyday choices become opportunities to strengthen your taqwa. And it's not always easy.
No, definitely not. And actually, speaking of not easy, I've heard some people say they actually feel more irritable or short-tempered while fasting, which seems kind of counterintuitive, right? You're
Sure.
you're supposed to be more, spiritually aware and empathetic, but sometimes that hunger gets the best of you.
Totally. It's a physical challenge. Your body's going through a lot. And yeah, it can definitely test your patience, but that's also part of the process.
How so?
Well, those hunger pangs, that fatigue, those are all reminders of the struggles that others face on a daily basis. People who might be dealing with hunger or thirst, not just for a month, but as a constant reality.
Right. So it's like a reminder to be grateful for what you have and also to have compassion for those who are less fortunate.
Exactly. And it pushes you to practice patience in the face of difficulty, which is a huge part of building that taqwa.
It all ties back together.
Yeah.
Now, the excerpt also mentions something really interesting about the rewards for good deeds being multiplied during Ramadan. It makes me think about Lailatul Qadr, the night of power. I mean, how do people actually experience that night?
Laylatul Qadr is like this incredible spiritual peak of the month. You've got people staying up all night praying, reciting Quran, making dua.
It sounds intense.
It is, but in a good way. It's this intense desire to connect with Allah, to seek forgiveness, to make the most of this incredibly blessed night. There's a real feeling of unity and purpose in the air.
I can only imagine. And it's powerful how this excerpt doesn't just tell us about Ramadan, it actually brings in the Quran to support its points.
Yeah.
Like that verse from Surah Al-Baqarah 2.183.
Oh, yeah, the one about fasting being prescribed for believers. It sets the foundation.
Right. It shows that Ramadan is not just some random tradition. It's a divine command, a pillar of Islam.
And you know what's even more interesting? That verse actually highlights that fasting isn't unique to Islam. It's been practiced by other faiths throughout history. It speaks to its universal importance, this idea of self-discipline and spiritual growth. It transcends time and cultures.
It's a lot more than just not eating and drinking, huh? It's about connecting with something much bigger than yourself.
Exactly. It's about pushing yourself to become the best version of yourself, both spiritually and morally.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty inspired right now.
Yeah,
It's like we've peeled back the layers of Ramadan, and there's so much to discover.
totally. And that's the beauty of it. It's a deeply personal journey. Everyone's experience is going to be different, and that's okay.
Yeah. So for everyone listening out there, as we wrap up here, I want you to think about this. What's one small change you can make this Ramadan to deepen your own spiritual connection? Maybe explore those Quranic verses we mentioned, or, set aside a few minutes each day for quiet reflection. Whatever it is, make it your own. And I hope this deep dive has given you some food for thought, pun intended. Until next time.